Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Getting Through Gold. I'm Lorenzo, otherwise known as Chevron, and I'll be playing the Protoss pieces. I'm on the right here. I don't know why it doesn't show the matchups, but my opponent Starcraft is going to be a random player. And before we go into the game, let me explain what's been going on this week. There's been only one video, whereas I explained there should have been a video on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, which is of course more than one. The simple reason is I've just been far too busy. I've been doing a lot of work, I've made some friends by accident, and I'm spending quite a lot of free time on the beach in the evening, which is of course wonderful and good, but not very great for my YouTube videos. So how is this going to be solved? The short answer is not at all. In the near future, actually tomorrow, my girlfriend is going to come over and stay here for about 10 days. In these 10 days I will not be making any videos. I'm going to try to make at least 3 or 4 tonight, so I can have a somewhat regular release schedule going down this week. So this one will be going down immediately after it's done, which will be Monday evening. So if you're watching this, happy Tuesday tomorrow. The next one will be going up on Wednesday as scheduled, and the next one hopefully will be on Friday. Although it will not be it will be quite possible that next Monday and Wednesday will be going without a video again. The only thing I can say to this is you'll have to deal with it. I don't have enough subscribers or enough followers to live off these videos just yet, which is of course the long-term goal of anyone that plays any computer games at all, or at least I choose to believe this. This probe is going to scout which race my enemy is, which is of course quite important. If he was going to be a Terran, I'm doing a Stalker Mothership Core harassment. If he's going to be a Protoss, I think I'm going to do something. Blink Stalkers I was going to do with our Protoss, but it's a Zerg, which means I'm going to do a Forge Fast Expand, which is a bit of a pickle because my pylon is here instead of at the ramp here, which is where it should be for a Forge Fast Expand. So in seeing this, I try to block his hatchery, but I'm just a little bit too late. Look, there it goes down, and at this point in time I'm wondering what the hell am I going to do against this Starcraft guy. He's not going to get any Thors because there's no Terran on the field, but me as a Forge Fast Expander with a pylon and a gateway going down in the wrong place, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. We'll see in a little bit, but first let me continue speaking about my awesome release schedule. So this week will probably look as normal. I'm going to make a Kerbal Space Program video about getting to the moon and Minmus, which are the 2 moons there. If you've never played Kerbal Space Program before, be sure to check it out. If you have, be sure to check it out as well. As I was saying, I don't have enough viewers and subscribers yet to make any decent money off this channel. So if you want to have more videos, the proper answer, well, the only way to arrange that from your part is to of course keep watching them and share them with all your friends, because when I get more followers, subscribers and comments, that always enthuses me to make another video, because it's always nice to see someone leaving a nice comment saying, hey, you're awesome, or what the hell, you suck. Hey, at least it's feedback. And of course those emails I get when someone subscribes are always very nice, and they offer me encouragement and I keep going. So, short message: if you want to keep seeing videos, subscribe, like and comment. Get a discussion going. Tell me what I'm doing wrong in this game, apart from not Forge Fast Expanding of course on this ramp. I'm fast expanding but without the Forge. I'm doing this in response to seeing his hatchery go down, so I'm kind of banking on there not being any early pressure. Any Zerglings could have done a quick run by, but he knows I'm playing Protoss, so I'm going to assume, he assumes, I'm going to have a decent wall in, which is of course quite a dangerous gamble. Just because everyone does it, I'm just going to assume he will assume I will do it as well. He hasn't scouted this yet with any Overlords. The Overlord is here. Well, where is it? It left the field. It's probably hovering over here somewhere, trying to see what I'm doing. Here's the Forge. Quite an odd timing for a Forge Fast Expand, the Forge being the 3rd building. Chroning out more probes, getting a Cybernetics Core to of course get the Mothership Core, which I will need to defend if anything ends up happening here. Of course the Mothership Core can overcharge, a photon overcharge the Nexus, which makes it into sort of a planetary fortress for about 20 seconds. Which, is it paused? No, keep going, it's just lagging. Which makes it a good defense early on. Getting the Warp Gate research, or it should be getting the Warp Gate research. Go on, get the Warp Gate research. This is what happens. I'm not doing. There it goes. I'm not doing a familiar build. I'm just kind of improvising with this fast expand and getting some stuff, and it's immediately not as crisp as it should be. This is why you practice a build, pick one or make one up, and practice it over and over and over again. I'm just now. I have like 2 builds per matchup, which is quite enough to at least get the first 5 or 6 minutes down. If you have trouble getting your game to be crisp, I suggest you do the same. Either find one on the internet or think of one. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not at all in the perfect stages yet. This cannon here going to snipe this overlord. But what I want to tell you is just pick a build, either invent one or find one on the internet, and try and practice that until you're at least reasonably good at it. Until your money is like consistently at sub 100 levels in the first minutes of the game. Opening the production tab now, which I wanted to do at the beginning of the game because some people have been telling me they like it in their replays, but I forgot about it. So here it is, 7 minutes late. Hope you don't mind. Another warm welcome to my new subscribers. These are actually people I know from real life. I posted one of my videos on Facebook and they are now in my channel. So welcome to you guys. I hope you like Starcraft videos as well because you came here through a Kerbal Space Program video. The next one will be one of those again. I've been rambling on quite a bit. And I've not been scouting my opponent, which you might have noticed. This is why I'm sending the probe again now. See what he's up to. If there's going to be lots of bases, I can get a third base. If not, I might have to get an army to do something about him. At this point I'm not feeling terrible because I have not been killed yet. Always when you're playing against a Zerg and you've not been killed yet, it's a good feeling. Here's his third base going down, or it might be his fourth. There's a base going down here. And I'm seeing a queen, not any army yet, which is quite a bad sign really, because if the Zerg doesn't have an army, it means he's been spending money on economy, which he can max out far faster than I can. I can make 2 probes at the same time, albeit chrono boosted. He can make approximately 1,000,000 probes at the same time, so can't really play that game. So what I should have done more at any rate is harass him a little bit, force him to make units, at least show him that I have units. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers with +1. There's not a real reason why I'm doing this, apart from that I've been playing a few team games and I've had a lot of fun with the Blink Stalkers. Pretending to be pro, doing some Blink micro and get blinking up and down into the bases is really a lot of fun. I can wholeheartedly recommend it. If you're not as good as the pros but want to feel like the pros, get some Blink Stalkers and start blinking those damaged Stalkers around. It really is the best. Here's a hallucinated Phoenix going down. That probe really didn't do enough scouting to be worth it, really, to get any information worth going on. So I'm going to go with this fake Phoenix, and we're going to see what he sees. In the meantime, making more Stalkers, of course. There's not a base here. Let's see, there's the base here, which we saw go down, but there's no probes there. Not sure why it's going down. Now there's an Overlord there. Where's this thing going? It's going to check out. Hey, it found 3 Zerglings. Isn't that great? Oh, it's going to scout for hidden bases, which I suppose is useful, but I would have rather seen his main base, see what he was up to, what tech he was going to get. Fake attacking a Zergling, a big flying Zergling with a big sack. Fake attacking an Overlord, of course. So, Blink is almost done now. I'm getting the second weapons upgrades out, and I got the Dark Templar Shrine. The Dark Shrine, of course, for the Dark Templar. Going to try a little bit of Dark Templar harass because I feel like this guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing random. He's not a pro Zerg at any rate, and he's ahead of me economically. So I'm going to try and get some Dark Templar in his main, in his mineral line to do some damage. Second forge going down for those upgrades, and of course adding on some gateways. Here's the Dark Templar, and first they're going to be mixed in with the regular army, because I find that's quite effective. If your opponent doesn't know they're there, he could very well underestimate the army size and commit to an engagement, which he will horribly lose, because there's Dark Templar in there chopping up his army. So, apart from just sending them in to kill the workers, I really like having Dark Templars with a smallish army like this. If it's Deathball versus Deathball, not so much, but when these small engagements are at 100 supply, I really like having a few DTs in there. And here you can see I caught my opponent quite off guard. He's popping a lot of spine crawlers, and here there is a lot of banelings going down. And this is where I did a massive thought. Yeah. And I thought, banelings are not dangerous. These are Zerglings, they are tier 1.1 units, and they cannot hurt me. I blink away, and I will shoot these banelings, and then everything will be fine. These are Stalkers. Stalkers cannot be hurt by banelings. I'm a little bit like this Iraqi public affairs minister, like in the when America attacked there. There's like when Baghdad was being bombed into oblivion, it would go on the news and say like, we are winning versus the Americans. This is what the Stalkers did. Stalkers cannot be hurt by banelings. Period. There's more Stalkers than there's banelings. We can blink. Banelings are not a threat. Hey, where's everyone gone? That's basically what happened there. My reaction to these Banelings is basically like being a duck staring at the headlights of an oncoming trailer truck. Oh wait, here's the Dark Templars. They did some damage, I think. Let's have a look. Can I see how many workers I killed? Units lost. Units killed. Control R. Workers killed. I did kill 15 workers. So that's sort of alright. But not the devastating, crippling blow I wanted to do, of course. So, making more Stalkers, because Stalkers cannot be hurt by Banelings. This is the official line of these Protoss armies. We're at 200 upgrades, and I think I'm getting more, at least I should be getting more. Yes, here's weapons level 3, and armor level 1 going down. Adding some photon cannons to the mineral lines, because at this point in the game it's very easy for the Zerg player to get some Mutalisks out, fly them around the field, get your army out of position, and then just kill all your workers. 1 or 2 cannons does do very well to deter this kind of attack. With like 4 or 5 mutas, they will be taken out by these cannons. You can always warp in some Stalkers as well when they get there, and then that makes your base, your mineral line, just a little bit safer. Getting the third base down because I didn't do a lot of damage to the Zerg. I need this economic advantage. This expanding on a loss with an army is very dangerous, but the way I see it, if I don't do it, I'm dead anyway, because he's got the base lead over me, and then he can just, after winning with his army, he can just expand more and more, and then completely crush me. Or he can push forward and put me on the ropes that way. I can either rebuild an army, which is small, which will still lose against him, or I can put forward an expansion, cross my fingers, hope he doesn't attack, and then if he doesn't, in a little bit, I might be on even terms economically, which will then allow me to get an army, which might get me back into the fight. I'm definitely behind at this point, but I'm putting down this desperation expansion, hope he has got something on his mind that will prevent him from attacking for at least a few minutes, which will allow me to get an army back up, which might get me back into this game. As we see, I'm getting a robo facility with a robo bay here. I want to get some Colossus out, obviously, to take care of these Banelings. And I'm thinking here, I added some... Oh, here's a lot of Zerglings again. Again, the Iraqi minister goes, these Zerglings cannot hurt Protoss. And of course they're right this time, but there's so many more, and oh, the Banelings come. And I have sentries here and I want to force field, but I'm staring in the headlights of the truck again. Nothing is happening. Force field going down here, few force fields, little bit of good, but not enough. The Stalkers just cannot do enough DPS, and still they're saying, Banelings cannot hurt Stalkers, it's impossible. We've got this, don't worry. We are the Protoss, don't worry, we don't need to do anything. These Banelings will kill themselves, and then everything will be over with. But of course, while killing themselves, they also kill the Stalkers. Everyone is dead again. Mothership Gory is shooting the Zerglings. This third base, this desperation base, is dying. Warping in Zealots here to take care of these Zerglings, and they of course handily take care of them. Zerglings are no match for Zealots. Zerglings cannot hurt Zealots. So the Zealots go here, take out these Zerglings. Unfortunately, some of them have turned into Banelings, which are more than capable of hurting Zealots, and all these Zealots also die. At least these war veterans, they're missing an arm probably. This red Zealot, he's got 3 kills, and these are all suicide bombers that died next to him. A lot more Zerglings coming in, and at this point I'm starting to realize I might actually lose this game. My units are not invulnerable after all. The big Colossus comes out, but is taken down by Zerglings. Of course, the most horrifying, honorless defeat for a Colossus. If a Colossus is killed by Zerglings, he is going to Colossus hell. He's not going into heaven. He's not going into robot bliss. He's going to cry and cry and cry. If you're a Colossus, you really cannot be killed by Zerglings. You just can't do it. Getting in some Stalkers here, but it's of course too little, too late. These Zerglings are taking out everything I have. I'm going to cancel this thermal lance upgrade to get a little bit of money to warp in more units. These Stalkers here are doing quite a good job. They're killing the Zerglings, and they cannot hurt the Stalker, except this one. I'm not talking about that one. Everything is fine. We've got this. We're winning against the Swarm. These Zerglings, they're a minor nuisance. We've got our Stalkers here. They're going to take care of everyone and save the day. We are winning this war. Look, this is quite a manner Baneling morph in the middle of my army, but it's a tactical mistake. I'm going to clean this up. We've got this. Banelings cannot hurt Stalkers. As you can see here, all the Banelings are now gone. They have been killed by the Stalkers. They cannot hurt what Stalkers? Something happened. Stalkers cannot be hurt, so they left. Anyway, that game here, not my proudest moment. Basically what happened, I saw all the Banelings attacking my army, and I had never faced a mass Baneling army before. So, real duck in the headlights moment, just keep making Stalkers, pretend nothing's going on, like the Iraqi war minister, whatever his name was. That was me this game, and next time I know what I'm going to do when there's Banelings, I'm going to get sentries and I'm going to force field the hell out of them, while one, possibly more Colossus are going to do the actual killing. Sounds like a good plan to me. Anyway, thanks for watching again. Another warm welcome to my new subscribers, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.